Hi, I'm Web3bandit. People who know me call me IB, and I work as a marketing manager for Failsafe. It's a Singapore-based security company, and what we're doing is trying to innovate solutions to the problem of blockchain security. And I'm here to talk about why what we're doing matters in the first place, because it's not just like, hey, people are stealing money from other people. It's more fundamental than that. It's something that I believe we're never going to get to the point of mass adoption while remains a problem. And it's bigger than people realize. So I wanted to start with a question. Does anyone know how much was stolen from the total amount of money that was stolen from the crypto ecosystem last year? What? 1 billion. Okay. Anybody? 4.6? He's closer. 6 billion. Now you can imagine if all of that money stayed within the crypto ecosystem, you can imagine DeFi would be doing so much better. You can imagine so many protocols would still be alive. You can imagine so many communities would still be happy because once this money leaves the ecosystem, that's his investments from real people like you and me. It's not just numbers. We're kind of desensitized to the gravity of how much is actually moving through this ecosystem. You see something like, oh, 5 ETH was stolen. Right now, that's like 20K, right? And these things add up. Last weekend alone, a single on-chain phishing attack stole $6.9 million from one victim. And that isn't part of this slide. I'm just pulling up something that happened recently. So these things happen every day. So what are the biggest problems to mass adoption of crypto? From the way I see it, though, there's other things, but I think these exploits, they're the most common ways that people lose money in crypto, right? And it's a combination of things like user error. It's a combination of things like threat actors. It's a combination of things like just not, knowing what you need to do. And so many people come into this space thinking they can make it, and they probably would make it if there wasn't like so many people trying to steal it from you on chain, right? It's not a matter of when, but if. No, it's not a matter of if, but when. And I can personally say when I came into the crypto ecosystem, I didn't really care about security. I've been personally drained twice, my wallet. Yeah, I work in security and I've been drained. So I know how bad it feels, right? So everyone could say it's not going to happen to me, but do you have a plan to at least mitigate the damage, or do you have a plan to protect yourself? Not just something like saying, hey, I know this is what I'll do, I would react this way. What kind of plans do you have to make it not happen in the first place? Because the people we're up against, they're highly motivated, highly organized, and they're well resourced. It's not just some people on the internet buying credit cards to scam. They know that they can make hundreds of millions. The existing security tools we have are pretty good, considering how far the security space has moved in the past 5 years. We've got key management systems, we've got like multi-sigs, like Safe, you've got code analysis, you've got manual responses, and that's good, but it's just not enough. So what we at FailSafe, what we're trying to do is to take this a step further. We're layering military grade access control on top of this security layer, real-time threat monitoring, which means we're watching transactions in the mempool on the blockchain in real time so that our security systems can give you a real-time automated threat response. So basically what we're doing, I'm going to just speed through the next few slides, but basically what we're doing is to make sure that even in the event when your wallet probably gets drained, you're going to mitigate the losses. There is something you can do about it, right? So it's no longer a question of, I don't want my wallet to get hacked. My wallet could get hacked and I could not lose anything from it if I decide to get proactive with my wallet security. So you could sort of like create a backup plan, a contingency plan for your funds in your wallet. And considering the amount of money that we move in our wallets, it's always makes sense to at least be careful. You want to be safe rather than being sorry. So for enterprises, Why this would help to move us towards mass adoption is because we can do things like network defense. We currently protect EVM blockchains right now. You can do bridge defense. The Ronin hack, 600 million, over 600 million was stolen from one bridge, a single attack. So these are things that, you know, cultivating this culture of blockchain security, this is what we're actually trying to stop. It's not just like being the annoying guys who say, yeah, protect yourself. It actually is more of on the bigger scale and us versus them. We who are trying to propose that crypto is safe and it's for the future, and bad actors who are just trying to steal money and like mess up the party, crash everyone's party. We can defend smart contracts as well. We can defend treasuries. And this is where a lot of protocols die because a lot of budding protocols over the past 5 years, they get their treasuries drained. In one day, what they've been building for years, it all comes crashing down because the community doesn't trust them anymore. People lose money and then there's just no juice left in the tank for them. For user wallets, we actually have an individual version of failsafe that people can use on their wallets, but then we also have turnkey solutions for people who build things like wallets to be able to use the software that we've developed inside their wallets. So it's just like an extra layer of protection on your wallet. We've got our SDK. It is fully open source, so anyone who is a dev in the room interested in stuff like this, we've got our SDK. It's free to use. Anyone can build their turnkey solutions using the software that we've done. We recently unveiled Failsafe Radar, which is an anti-money laundering system. Also works for civils. Basically, we're flagging people with suspicious activity on the blockchain who have been, yeah. Hi. So basically, flagging people with suspicious activity on the blockchain who have been noted to have participated in that kind of activity. So just like securing your network. Uh, Anti-stable systems, I mentioned that. Again, it's not a matter of if, but when. Unfortunately, it sucks to admit it, but everybody here is a target, and it's nothing personal. It's just these people are never going to stop. So it's on us to actively try to stay one step ahead of them all the time, because that's the only way that we're going to be able to safely, conscientiously tell our grandmas crypto is the future and not be scared someone is going to steal her old pension. So, right. Uh, this is basically a little bit of what we've done in the past 6 to 8 months. Over 100 million on the protection. We've created tools for pre, during, and post-transaction security. So it's like an end-to-end thing. We're not just saying at one point of the transaction journey, we're going to protect you. We have modules that protect you before the transaction, during the transaction, and after the transaction. And yeah, just a couple of our partners. Thank you. Any questions, comments? No? Yeah. What? I can hear you.
So basically, maybe. Merci. So the question is, would you say the overall for the hack cases that take place, that the most common point of failure is we as individuals?
That's a very interesting question. I would say the most devastating form of exploits from last year by a wide margin was access control exploits. And this is basically when someone takes over the way you used to control your wallets. Basically, it could be like they hack your wallet, the most common one we know. It could be they trick you into giving them your keys. Basically, any access control that is, they don't have to break your wallet, basically. They just use different ways through phishing or scams or even getting you to click a phishing link. So far they get access to your wallet, that's the it's the worst thing they do right now. And in some ways, it requires the wallet user to sort of give them that access. So mitigation just goes a long way. It goes a long way toward addressing that threat. I hope I answered your question well. All right. Thank you guys.